for that last stage, but I just had nothing for you there to catch you one-on-one.
I knew if I kind of pulled away from the draft, I had a good chance of staying out there, but
no, you did because, you know, even though I had somebody behind me, it wasn't... If it was normal draft, I think it might have been a little different with Condi pushing me, but since it was normal draft, he was pushing me a little too hard into the turns, and I couldn't exactly hit my mark the way I wanted to.
I think with low draft, I would have been farther away. Because you guys would have had to
I
work
also think
together,
so. Like I don't have any excuses. The only excuse that I have is I let you get too far ahead before I got up in second. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you guys would have had to work harder to stay in a line.
But once you pulled away from draft, and it was, I'll be the first one to admit you had a way faster car than I did. So it is what it is. I mean, I finished third. Right next to Condi, like half a second. Like we raced to the line for a second, but other than that, I mean, you had the faster car.
I spent some time on that thing, man. I mean, hold on, Stu's gonna join.
Well, I was gonna try to play.
We can run another one, I guess.
I was gonna try to play some field strategy there in that last stage, but the caution came out twice, which kind of fucked everything up. And that's why I was all the way back there. I set myself up behind multiple cars because I know Kenrod said no fuel saving, but he didn't say nothing about drafting and saving potentially a whole lap by just sitting behind somebody.
Wow. You have the laps as in your tank, bro. And if it's listen, if there is one more lap than what you start out with in your tank, you gotta pit.
The way that cautions were coming out,
well, you didn't specify what we needed to do, so I knew if I sat behind in like 6th place behind everyone and just drafted everyone, I was potentially going to get a whole lap extra, and that's what I was trying to do. And then the caution came out.
The first one came out and we had like 44 to go, and we had old tires, so you had to come in and take 4.
Fucking suck, bro. I started second.
And then the next one came out with like 37 to go, and we had 30-ish to tank, and because I was already thinking about like a no tire type shit at the end, taking no tires if we had to stop, but 37 was too much to do it. That's why I stayed out, because I knew we were gonna have to pit again, and then some of you guys pitted, and that put you back in the field, and then we got a caution quick, and I was like, all right, we gotta take 4 now, and then there was nothing to the end.
I mean, shit, bro, that fucking sucks.
I don't know. That last one, I pitted with you that last one, but it set me back in 11th.
Well,
so I drive from 11th up to the front.
You were already back there from people not pitting on the one before that.
Right.
I don't know.
It kind of set me back. So if I would have done the same thing that you did the first time that caution came out, maybe it would have been different. Maybe you wouldn't have pulled away so far.
I wouldn't have pulled away. You guys would have been up there. I don't know who it was behind me, but somebody just got the apron and kind of washed up into everybody, and it just let me pull away to 1 second. I think it was 1.1. You guys got it down to 0.6. Like, you guys were coming, but he was trying to.
Oh, we were trying. I mean, me and Condi were working really good, but Johnny started fucking shit up trying to pass Condi, which was setting us off. Like, instead of having 3 cars lined up, we were having 2 cars, but 1 car was fucking up the fucking bottom line, and it just got to the point where Condi said, you know, sorry, Tyler, like, it is what it is. He's trying to race me for position. It's done. And I was like, you know, there's only 3 laps to go anyways. It is what it is. Now, if there was 10 laps still to go and we were still catching you like that, I would have fucking freaked the fuck out on Johnny.
Yeah, well, we would have pit. We would have had to pit because I was out of fuel at the end. Like that last lap that I came across the line, took the checkered. Like I would have had to pit that next lap.
I was actually 5 laps. I was 5 laps to the good. That might be why you were pulling away from me, because you had less fuel in the tank.
Well, you have my gear though.
Yeah, but that last pit stop, I took full fuel that last pit stop.
I think I did too.
There goes Kenrod. He's off now. He's pissed off. He always does that shit. He feels so sorry for himself half the time. Like, he'll make it through the league race, but then the race afterwards, he always does this dumb shit. Like, he's so upset about how he did in the league race and the things that he should have done. And it's always the same things that he should have done, but he doesn't correct it the week after. He does the same dumb shit.
See if I can get to you. So are you gonna make Michigan?
Yes.
I need you not to win.
Yeah, I know. That's my last ever, at least for the season, it's my last race. So hopefully I can go out on a blast and finally pick myself up a win.
You won't be there regardless of what happens? Like, if you win, you won't make the next round?
I don't think, for points-wise, I don't think I'll make the next round.
If you win, you lock yourself in.
Oh! Well, then fuck yeah. I didn't know you locked yourself in.
I can't let you win. That's the whole thing.
Well, fuck you then.
That pushes somebody else down, and then I'm 2 spots out.
Yeah, and you're already on the cutoff line. I seen that.
Yes.
Yeah, alright, well, now that you said that, I'm wrecking you.
No, bro.
Well, honestly, I didn't know if I won, I was in.
Nobody knows that. Well, because we didn't do it for the regular season. But, yeah, for the playoffs, throughout the rounds, if you win, you're locked in.
So it's just like real life. Sweet.
Yes.
That makes sense why, Mike's locked in and nobody else is.
Well, Mike locked in on points, and then Henson won, and then Typical won. You probably haven't seen the new points, but
I seen them last night or 2 nights ago. You posted them.
Yeah, so all 3 of them are locked in.
That's how I know I'm
still 5 more spots.
JWoww is the only one I'm above right now in points.
Yeah, both of you guys missed the first 2 races.
Well, I couldn't do nothing about it because you had one race and you had a fucking intermission.
Yeah,
and,
I know.
Like, your week off just so happened to be the week that I could race, so I missed essentially 2 races, because if you hadn't done that, I could have raced 2.
Yeah, if it was the other way around.
Right.
Yeah, but it was for the holidays.
It is what it is. I think I got a good Michigan car, though. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that I have a good chance of winning, but I have a better chance of winning at Michigan than I do at Phoenix. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes, I will be there Thursday.
Alright, cool. That'll be sick. We need guys that way. It actually affects the points if somebody has a bad race or something. I literally have to win, like... I don't have to win.
If, let's say, theoretically speaking, if I win at Michigan, does that knock you out of the playoffs?
It doesn't knock me out, but I would have to pass G-Dog and then somebody else too. Right now, if a repeat winner wins or somebody that's already up above the cut line wins, then I only have to beat G-Dog by... I have to get 6 points on G-Dog.
So
actually, I have to tie
really
G-Dog because I have the tiebreaker with the playoff points. So it'd be, actually it'd be the best finish to the round. Oh, but I have a 2nd place at the Roval. So as long as I get 5 points on him and he doesn't finish 2nd, then I would have the tiebreaker. So I only have to pass him as it sits right now. But if somebody else, like if you or like JWoww or DK, and I think it's myself that are under the cut line, if one of those guys wins, then I would have to pass 2 people, which still isn't impossible.
I think at my point, I have to win to basically make it in.
You do have to win.
Like that's the only, like, I have to win. But the other 2 might be able to place themselves in with points if they have good stages and a good finish.
Well, DK missed a race. He's pretty much out because I got a lot of points at the Roval, and I have like a 20-point gap on him. So he would have to make up like 30 points on G-Dog or some shit. I fucked up, and I could have had like a 3-point gap because everybody kind of wrecked in stage 1, and I could have won that stage and then still finished second and second like I did in the final stage.
Where'd Mike finish?
Mike was like a 3rd place car, and then...
See, that's what he told me. He sent me his setup, his old setup. He wouldn't send me what he was running.
His new setup's from Farm, that's why he wouldn't.
Yeah, that's what he said, it was from Farm, but he sent me his old setup because I needed a little bit of help. And I actually didn't like his setup, and I told him I didn't like it. It was too loose. I don't know. I was running high 14s with what I had. I told him what I was running, and he said that he felt bad because my setups just don't seem like they're built right, is what he said. And I told him, I was like, well, funny you say that, Hollywood says the same thing. But I've been so used to certain things to where it just works for me.
Yeah.
It is what it is, but he tried helping me out, and he told me, he's like, well, if you're racing, which me and him thought we were going to race last week, not this week, but last week, we thought we were racing, so we did all that fucking practice, I think it was Tuesday night, or no, it would have been Wednesday night, we practiced, me and him, just us, for like 2-3 fucking hours. Come to find out that it was an off week, and I was like, dude, I told you, because I was pretty fucking certain that you said that I would make the Michigan race, and I tried telling him that, and he's like, no. This is me at like 8 o'clock on last Thursday and was like, yeah, it's an off week, LOL. I'm like, oh, I'm glad that I wasted my time at that track for no reason.
Yeah, I mean, it's been on the schedule. A lot of people were kind of mixed up about that, but it's been on there. But yeah, if you win, I don't think JWoww or DK are showing up, then I would have to catch Ben, and he's 12 points ahead of me. So it's kind of an uphill battle, but it's not impossible.
That's a hard if. I mean, that's a big field for me to go out and win, but there's always that chance that I could.
I mean, I got a pretty good car. Me and Mike ran, and we're about the same pace.
Michigan's... I want to say it's a pretty good track for me.
Yeah, I like it too.
I'm consistent there. But
it's just
also, Michigan seems like it's like the new Talladega too. So like, there's lots of guys who are good at that track.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of why I made it as the last round. But if I just need to get into this round, and then I have a lot of playoff points that reset. And so when we start the next round, I'll be 4th. And then I just have to stay above the cut line to make the final 4. The next round is when it gets sketch, because if you were to go, like we raced Daytona, so if somebody from below the cut line after this next week wins, then that knocks, one of the top 4, I would say, me, Typical, Hinson's, Mike, that knocks one of us out. And then basically because Typical and Mike have a ton of playoff points, it'll come down to me and Henson, which would be tough, but I don't know. That's how it is. It's fucking... I don't hate the format, but it gets a little sketch once you get into playoff time. But the next round's good, dude. We got Daytona, Phoenix, and Auto Club. You'll be on track for like Phoenix and then the championship at Vegas.
That's if I make it.
I would show up if you can. To be honest, we need drivers. Not like need them, but it's just nice to have a bigger field.
Well, Las Vegas will be a good race. Like, you're telling me I need to win the race to be able to make it to the next round, so I can race. So.
Well, yeah, but even if you don't make the round, you can still just show up and race.
I didn't know you could still race.
Yeah, there's non-playoff guys racing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought
just
once
not
you're out,
accepting.
You're done.
No, I'm just not letting new drivers come in and race. But if you've already raced in the season, then you can keep racing it out. I'm just not going to have new guys show up during the playoffs. You know.
So you're kind of playing it as like, you know, a typical regular.
Yeah, it's regular NASCAR rules.
Yeah. Okay. So even if I don't make it, then 2 weeks after Michigan, then I can still race at Phoenix.
Yes.
Okay. That's nice to know.
Yeah. So.
At least I got that going.
You'll be on track to make Phoenix and then the championship race.
Okay. So at least after Michigan, if I don't win Michigan, I still have a chance of 2 races.
Yes.
And I need to get a win in RRS. Like it's killing me knowing that I haven't gotten a win yet.
Yeah.
And I've been so close. Like Pocono was the closest I got to that win. And like within a door was that close. But damn. That race still kicks me in the ass.
Yeah, I should have given him a little more bump.
I was worried about you. Because you were on my outside at the same time.
Typical, too, low-key. If, I don't know, he gave me a shot in the center of that turn as well. I was more worried about him and, like, making sure I got at least the top 3. Because I, like, held the bottom too much, you know? And it kind of killed my speed on exit. That's why I never got back to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
But he gave me a fucking shot in the center. He fucked up and went to the top in 2.
I think he was pissed off when I cut you guys on the inside there, and I fucking right past because you shot him up and you opened up the door and I took that shit and
that was one of the better moves
that pissed him off.
Anybody's made.
I thought it was a great move, honestly. It was as clean as could be, and then Mike blocked me because he thought I was gonna try to take him on the inside, and I laughed in my head. I was like, fuck you can take that inside all you want. I want that outside, motherfucker. I want that arc, and it didn't end up working. I mean, god damn it. In my clip, I caught him by fucking going through turn 2. He was probably 5 or 6 car lengths away from me, and then half a car length coming across the finish line, like... I think God damn it. I did everything that I could have done. In that race, it just wasn't enough. And I felt like I had something to prove because earlier in that race, he was bitching at me about fucking racing him side by side for so long.
Yeah, I remember.
Which I think that's why I was like, towards the end of the race, I was like elbows out, you know, like I was very aggressive at the end of that race because of that bullshit that Mike was saying to me. It pissed me off. Like a lot, actually. Like I was... You're gonna race me side by side for 2 fucking laps, but you can't complete the fucking pass. You're letting all the other cars catch back up. And a caution comes out, and it doesn't even fucking matter. I'm like, the fuck? Sitting here racing for fucking fun, and you want to make it seem like it's a fucking goddamn career. It's no offense to Mike, I like Mike and everything, but that specific race, he fucking got on my nerves big time. I brought it up to him last week. A few times. I brought it up to him last week. I was like, yeah, remember that fucking Pocono race? I was like, yeah, I gave you a run for your fucking money, and you didn't like somebody being as fast as you. What are you talking about? You don't remember how, like, you ran away from my side draft for the win coming to the finish line? I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, alright. You don't remember bitching at me because I was side by side with you for 2 laps trying to pass you, but I just couldn't can arc turn well enough, and everyone else was catching back up to us. Like, I actually had one of the faster cars in the field at that day, but you didn't like it because it's not typical people. Like, typical. Henson. I was like, I actually gave you guys a run for your money. That specific race, and you didn't like it. Kind of shitty. I mean, I'm not a fucking terrible driver. I got fast cars at some places compared to you guys. That track being one of them. I can't wait till next time we go back to it. I hope I can make it.
I got it on the schedule, I think. The schedule is out for season 4.
I hope I can make it, because Pocono was actually surprisingly to me.
It's the really week of that money race. It's the week of that money race that we're gonna do. This is Pocono week.
I honestly didn't think I had anything to you guys at that track.
Hey,
I did. So
you guys want to hop over to the Ruthless chat, and we could add. I don't know who's still in here.
Yeah, I wanna set up Slabs.
We can add these guys to our chat. But just in case any of my guys are getting on.
And Doc's probably going to bed soon. But I want to do a Michigan race.
All right. Well, I'm gonna hop to that chat, and I'll see you over there.
Slabs, you there? Doc, you there?
took a stroll outside to greet the birds and the bees and trees, and to check on his friend the flower under the stress of the autumn breeze. And he asked, are you paralyzed by pain or afraid of the future? Yeah, there's some truth to that rumor, 'cause I'm a late bloomer. Forget about yesterday, 'cause you're long overdue, yeah. Wish I'd gotten there sooner. I'm a late, late bloomer. Ooh. took a stroll outside to greet the birds and the bees and trees, and to check on his friend the flower under the stress of the autumn breeze. And he asked,